Nextel Cup Series racing from New Hampshire International Speedway on TNT is brought to you by High Endurance Oils from Mobil, the official lubricants of NASCAR. By Burger King, who remind you there are 1,537 different ways to have a Whopper. Which is yours? By State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. And by Sprint, proud partner of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series.
Tony Stewart coming around to complete lap 250 here in New Hampshire of 300. Has had another outstanding day. Dominated here in July. And running well again today. Pit stops are coming quickly through the field, starting with Allen.
Well, for Tony Stewart, with Ryan Newman out of his way, that was the only obstacle between himself and the front. Stewart's car is not as fast as it was earlier in the race because that heavy overcast has come over, kind of changed the track conditions, Matt.
Now, Robbie Reiser planning on the 17th, pitting within the next 10 to 12 laps. Matty says the car is just too loose at the beginning. They're going to make a slight track bar adjustment to prepare for this short run to the finish, Marty.
All day long, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car has been tighter the longer it's run. On this run, car's pretty good. They're going to pit in about 20 laps. Alan?
Expect Jimmy Johnson in within the next 10 to 15 laps. His crew chief Jack Knaus coaching him constantly that he's doing a wonderful job and hanging this car in the top 5, Matt.
Last stop in the 88, Dale Jarrett, lap 164, former winner here. They're going to have to stop again. They can go a little farther than some of the other leaders, but this is the kind of run that this team needed, Dave, after missing the chase last week at Richmond.
Greg Biffle restarted 13th all the way up to 6th. They will have to pit by lap 267 or they will run out of fuel. Marty?
24 laps until the 24 car hits pit road. He says, I'm just sideways getting into the corner. They've had a problem with entry into the corner all day long. A little too tight in the middle of the corner for Jeff Ford. Tight also for Rusty Wallace that's coming off the corner. So they just can't get to the gas like everybody else can. They will pit in about 10 laps, a little earlier than everybody else. Alan?
Bobby Labonte trying to get himself a top 10 finish, what's been a rarity in this 2005 season. They last pitted at lap 166. They'll be coming in shortly, Matt.
Now the 6 of Mark Martin will have to pit again, but overall, what a day for Martin and this 6 team. They borrowed a car from their teammate. A top 10 run going right now is the 88 of Dale Jarrett is on pit road. The 17 crew up on the wall. Ford, at this point, a 2-tire change. Looks like 4-tire change, Bill, for the 88.
Bobby Labonte also on pit road. These drivers stopping under green. A handful of drivers topped off with fuel on lap 198. Michael Waltrip, Jeremy Mayfield, Brian Vickers, Kevin Harvick, and Carl Edwards might be able to make it. Matt, how about Kenseth?
Slides to a stop, Bill, in his pit box. They're going to go a 4-tire change. Robbie was talking about adjusting the tire pressures for a short run, but Matt said no. Even the way we did, I'm going to stop before it. He leads in a lot of smoke.
Wow. Well, he's going to have to hope the yellow comes out. If you're going to change 4 tires, you're going to lose so much track position. You're going to need a yellow to get back up there.
There goes Tony Stewart by to put Matt Kenseth 1 lap down, but Ryan Newman, the 12 car, was coming down the straightaway with a full head of steam, and my guess is he will end up in front of the 17 car.
Have to wait till Matt comes around to get the scoring to cycle. That's Kurt Busch in the 97 car, defending series champion, involved in a wreck on lap 3. He is 66 laps down, but has worked his way up to 37. And he will pass at least 2 more cars. Jimmy Johnson on pit road. He has to go all the way down pit road at 45 miles per hour, heading for you, Alan.
Yeah, it's going to get busy down this end of pit road, Bill, because Tony Stewart has just been called into pit road as well. So the stop here with just over 40 laps to go. It'll be for Jimmy Johnson right now a 4-tire stop is what they're planning on. I haven't heard him call it off yet. You see him going around to the right side for Jimmy, who's had a top 10 car all day. There's the chassis adjustment in the window, and they'll do the other tires on the left side and send him back out.
Good stop.
Just over 40 laps to go. Johnson heads back out. Here comes Tony Stewart, slowing down, making sure he does not speed on pit road. That bit Elliott Sadler last year in the chase for the Nextel Cup.
It's 45 miles per hour, just agonizingly slow for these drivers. Alan, eventually he'll get down to you.
Yeah, Benny, you know, pretty carefree looks down here in this pit for most of the day, as good as this car's been, but a lot of tension here now because the strategy is very unclear how this is going to play out for these guys at the end of the race. 4-tire stop for Tony Stewart here, and an adjustment you saw in the left rear, the right rear of the car. That's a good stop for green 6.
Sure is, Alan. And it's not only the strategy, it's the execution of these 7 guys over the wall. Rusty Wallace on pit road. Marty, he's yours.
He's had an interesting day. Got the lucky dog at one point, went down a lap, and now he's back in the top 10. Had an excellent car. Larry Carter has made the call. 2 tires. He told me this morning that he would be more conservative on these calls in the chase, but obviously trying to win the race here today.
There's a little bit of everything right now. I mean,
and Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads with 40 to go.
because certainly some of these guys are going to try to make it.
Yeah.
And
Jeremy Mayfield, the 19 car. He won the race at California on fuel because he gets great mileage.
Matt?
Bill, do you want to know when they're going to pit?
Yeah.
After the checkered flag. Right now, they are half a lap short. But Slugger Labby told me on Friday, now that we're in the chase, we've got to ratchet it up a notch or 2. Be a little more on the gambling side, because we know a top 15 or a top 10 isn't going to get it. It's going to take top 5s and wins. They're staying out, just like they did at Michigan.
problem is, Matt, that he's got to get by Harvick and Marlin because those guys are going to stay out too, and they're in front of that 19 car right now.
Oh, contraire, mon frere.
Oh,
I just
you got
spoke to
news?
Todd Barrier. They are 20 laps short of making it on fuel. They're not even close.
At least that's what he's telling you.
That's what they told their driver.
Okay.
And they're already preparing their strategy of what they want to do when they hit pit road.
And just to clarify, as Matt pointed out, Mayfield's fuel mileage win came at Michigan, and that's the win that basically got him in to the chase for the next Cup.
And let me tell you this, if the caution flag should come back out, let me say this, Ryan Newman is back on the lead lap. And he will not be pitting again. He's currently shown in the 14th position.
And his car is very fast.
Very fast.
Just to keep updating this, there's Ryan Newman passing the 43. Kurt Busch has now made his way to 35th. Newman, 13th. Dale Earnhardt Jr. leads. Dave, what do you know?
Greg Biffle really wishes he would pit, Bill. That's what I know. Because then Biffle could get those 5 bonus points. Remember, they were reporting they have to come in about 3 laps if they don't. So that's the game plan there, wishing that 8 would pull in. Marty?
Well, Dave, Greg Biffle's going to have to wait about 6 laps before Dale Earnhardt Jr. sees pit road. The plan is lap 270. The car is excellent. And just as I say that, they get the word, we're pitting in the next lap. Biffle's going to be happy in just a moment.
Boy, that's a big risk to stay out for those 5 points if they're that close.
That's exactly what I was thinking as I watched Biffle after. I knew that's what he and Doug Richard were doing, staying out there. Dave?
And they're talking about it now. The 16 just found out that the 8's coming. So they said, Greg, can you run one more? They're going to try. Get those 5 points.
Oh, boy, if they're wrong, though, it's going to cost them big if they can't make it.
Greg Biffle in that 16 car.
He just went by, took the lead, so he does have those 5 bonus points. Marty?
Best run in some time for Dale Earnhardt Jr. Very pleased with the chassis. A little bit tight, he said, half round up on the track bar, and it will be 4 tires. And you see a lot of right rear damage on the 8 car. Don't know where that came from all of a sudden.
Tony Stewart, and he is in front. Oh, he's got a lot of smoke. Left front tire damage on the 20.
He's run into something.
Sure has. Perhaps the 8.
Greg Biffle, the 16 car, is on pit road.
Tony Stewart has led 166 laps today. There's Junior coming to pit road.
Oh, that's exactly what happened. Junior came to pit road, and Stewart wasn't ready for him to slow down like that. All it takes.
Biffle made it to his pit stall. He has left. Mark Martin has been on and off of pit road.
Man, that thing is rubbing hard.
Dave, how about Biffle?
They came in, the car was still under fire, so that was great. They talked about the plan that they wanted to stick to. They took only 2 right side tires.
Right now, Jeff Gordon is the race leader. Matt, how about Mark?
Took 2 tires on that stop, Bill. Now his teammate Matt Kenseth, how close were they on fuel? Matt reported back to Robbie Reiser the car was coughing.